Fine folks of the Empire League, we have a special edition of the Sports Rendezvous here for you tonight. We haven't done one of these in this league so far, and I frankly didn't plan on it. However, it was a great first season, a lot of good competition, and we actually have a chance for one of the league members to win the Empire. So
It's exciting.
It is exciting. So you don't talk until I introduce you.
Oh.
Okay? We got a new one here, and he's
professional.
He's overstepping his bounds already. I thought it didn't get worse than Skip, but apparently I might be wrong there. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'll just tell you that we're excited. The playoffs are upon us, and we thought we should run one of these for you. The station wasn't too happy. We had to hire on another guy. And again, like you've seen already, I don't know the quality of this guy, but maybe time will tell. What I should say also is don't get used to this. I don't think this is going to be a quarterly thing next year like it is in the other leagues. This is a one-time thing this year. We may do one at the end of the year next year. Who knows? But I'm just saying, don't get used to it, because I'm busy enough.
So busy.
Anyway, we have here Champ Abernathy. Champ, I'm just going to give it over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a fan of fantasy football. I enjoy the camaraderie and the competition. I also enjoy golfing and fishing.
Mm-hmm. That shirt, yeah.
It's nice.
It's a fishing shirt.
I apologize for interrupting earlier.
That's the first apology I've ever heard on this show. So.
Well, they said they hired me because I'm very nice.
Mm.
And rarely late.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And I like to chew.
I love chewing. That's actually a staple of this show.
It was a kicker.
Yeah.
Yep. Right at the interview, I just put a big chaw in there. Just like
That was smart. That was
bonus.
Smart. I know Skip and I sat in on that interview. I don't know where Ken You Betcha was. He may have been with Beverly making pies. I don't know. Bowling? He's probably bowling.
He loves the ball.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
But we sat in there and you put that chew in and Skip was sold. And Skip doesn't like anybody.
Mm-mm.
You know? So,
He was a hard cookie to crack.
Mm-hmm. You know, he's scared that you're going to take over.
Yeah.
Lord knows, you step in and do
It wouldn't be tough.
Right. So, you're telling me, okay?
But
I've been trying to get rid of that guy for years. He's a fan favorite.
Understandable.
What can you say?
He loves poop.
He does. He does love poop. Anything else you'd like to say about yourself?
Let's get down to this, huh?
Okay. I'll just make a comment. That facial hair, while strange, this is impressive.
Yeah, I've been really working on this for
Yeah.
quite some time, and it came in nice.
I wish I could have a co-host that doesn't have facial hair once.
To make you look better.
Just one time.
Well, I mean, someday you'll hit puberty, and who knows?
That'd be a great day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Nice to meet you. Glad you're here. Hopefully you don't ruin this for us.
I hope not.
All right.
I've been doing this for a long time.
I don't think that's true at all, but...
Booyah!
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, another reason why I was hired.
That's your catchphrase?
Catchphrase. Booyah!
How often are you planning on doing that?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's get to this, huh?
All right. Real quick, a couple of announcements. The commish has spoken to me and informed me that he has discussed payment with those that are late. Times are tough here in rural America. We all understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them merely are lazy. Again, rural America, understandable. Many of the members of this league are bartenders. Bartenders are, by definition, lazy fucking dicks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we get it. Let's just make sure we get those payments in as per the commissioner has told us it's going to happen.
Yep. And we're not going to mention any names.
Just
You know who you are.
let's make it happen.
You know.
Okay. But this is going to be fairly short. There's only one bracket for all the marbles. I believe the purse is $600 for the champion. Runner-up gets $200, and the third place gets $120. That's, I believe, how.
No, 5.
No, that adds up to $900 because we take out 80 for the league to pay off the site, right? So 6, 2, 120.
Which would be $920.
Shoot.
I think it's 5, 2.
5, 2, 120.
That's
And of course, the other 9 goes to the potential empire.
Empire.
If we don't win the empire,
Booyah!
booyah! I hate that already. The money's gonna roll over. Okay. So, all we're gonna do here is break down the matchups in week 1, and then we'll make our predictions for the rest of the playoffs. And I suppose we could do a show following the playoffs just to see how it turns out.
We'll see how it goes here.
But again, don't get used to this. All right, so our first matchup, we've got the Microsoft division,
Yep.
or I'm sorry, the Microsoft Conference fast food divisions. In the McDonald's division, I believe it is, we have Ginger Afro Power, Popeye's Peace Pipe, which I still don't understand. Is that his penis?
Precious pipe.
Precious Pipe? Is that a reference to his penis?
I don't know how it could be, because I've heard it's quite tiny.
Pipe. I mean, he does have a pipe.
So he smokes his pipe?
Precious Pipe. I don't.
Like, can he do it himself?
I don't understand. I've never understood that name. I think it's dumb. Rancho is a dumb person,
This is true.
so it makes sense. I don't know. And then Mrs. Garrett's Heroes versus Your All Sausages. I'd like to just point out that for a full year, Your All Sausages, is that correctly
No.
how you use
it
your?
actually should be you are in a conjunction. So it's your
Right.
YOU apostrophe RE.
Right.
But
Would
we'll go with it.
Would you expect anything less from
He's a
Tom
bartender.
Palmer? Right. He's one of the bartenders.
Not saying he's not the one that hasn't paid
No,
yet.
of course not. Of course not. What an idiot. And then in our soda, our Microsoft conference with our soda divisions, in the Coca-Cola division, we have the Rhinelander Mill Tits, fantastic name.
Beautiful.
Muff Diva MacGyver,
Also fits in nicely.
Yep.
It's a good combo that they got matched up against each other. Huh?
wonderful. Dial Hernandez for Murder with the number 4 against Hey Jay. I think that we've got some really good squads, some really good matchups in the first round. I'm excited to get after it.
Got some great teams here. Great teams.
So why don't we start with the fast food McDonald's division? Ginger Afro Power versus Popeye's Precious Pipe. The 2 and the 3 seed, or is that the
No, this is the 1 and the 4.
1 and the 4?
Which is interesting because I actually like Ginger Afro Power here.
Really?
I do. He's a great balance of players.
Okay.
If Ben Tate plays this week, okay, which he's questionable, but if he plays, I think they run away with this because of Andre Johnson and Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
Because after that performance last week that Jimmy Graham had, he's going to be angry.
He's great. I mean, he's a great player. And Weibel for all the success that Weibel has in fantasy football, I'm always shocked with his lack of interest in the running back position. Every league, every time.
Sure.
He's got that good quarterback. He's got a good receiving core, and he's always got Jimmy. He's clearly flexing his tight end, as he has all year. The thing that frightens me about that is if those running backs lay an egg and say Jimmy or Witten struggles, That really puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback and the receivers.
This is true.
You know,
But on the other hand, you have another team that's not super strong at running back. You've got Jamal Charles, which has carried him to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But Rashad Jennings, what is he?
He's come on strong these last 5 weeks. Total yardage. His game is in the yardage. Sproles has been weak. Rancho's team concerns me. The tight ends are terrible. The receiving core is
Questionable.
Well, I disagree.
But, I like his top two.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jackson. I like Brandon Marshall. Good receivers on bad teams, and McNown is playing out of his mind.
Right.
But is Jeffrey going to take too many passes away from him?
He might. I mean, he's coming on hot.
Mm-hmm.
Last week certainly proved that.
Wow.
I would say that my concern here, and certainly both of these teams have holes, no question about it. With Rancho, it's the quarterback position. Roethlisberger has been out of his mind the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. But otherwise, you've got Jamel, you've got Brandon Marshall and Vincent Jackson, and then after that, there's not much to talk about.
And the 49ers defense isn't going to help them against the Seahawks this week.
Definitely not. This is a tough one. This is a tough call. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I don't necessarily know how high scoring we're going to be, but who you got?
I'm going to take Ginger.
Okay.
What about you, Trip 3?
Weibel just wins. But I feel like Popeye has made a deal with the devil in each league. And I think he's the 1 seed here.
Good. Yeah, I know.
He's the 1 seed.
I know.
I can't.
I
I'm going to take Popeye reluctantly.
It was just a weak conference all the way around this year.
Sure. I guess my reasoning is it comes down to Jamal versus Jimmy. Jimmy needs other people to make him do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal just gets the rock and runs.
Yeah.
I have more faith in Jamal and Rashad Jennings than I do in Danny Woodhead, Jason Witten, and Jimmy Graham. I guess is what it comes down to for me.
I see where you're coming from.
So that's it.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tight, and it's going to be exciting.
Right.
So we asked for this time of year.
Next one, we've got Garrett against the Sausages. For me, Tom started out hot. The commish was convinced that Tom was going to run away and potentially win the Empire. But then Aaron Rodgers goes down, and the depth, or lack thereof, really came through in that squad. He hung on, made the playoffs.
Barely.
But this team, without Aaron Rodgers, is iffy. What do you got?
Will Rodgers play this week?
No, I don't think so.
For sure, no?
I don't think so. They're saying he hasn't been, unless he was cleared today. I haven't seen.
I heard that he was supposed to practice today.
Okay.
But he wasn't cleared to play.
I don't know if he's cleared. I don't know. I don't know if he's.
And this is going to be a big determinant factor in this game.
For sure.
Because I don't like Sausages. I don't like Mark Ingram. Not really crazy about his receivers.
Adrian Peterson has to carry that running back.
He has to go nuts.
He's got to score enough to cover 2 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
The receivers, Edelman's had a great couple weeks. I don't know if Tom has started him off the top of my head, but Edelman's had a great couple weeks. Garcon's kind of a tweener in the middle, like...
Could be good, could be not.
Like 16, 18. I don't know how many games he has over 20 points this year.
Well, the problem is it's either 20 or 2.
Right.
Which Edelman's going to show up?
Right. I don't know.
And there's a couple big players on Garrett's team that could really win him the week.
Mm-hmm.
If Josh Gordon plays the way he has, ouch.
Yeah.
And if Gronkowski plays the way he has, game over right there. If those 2 players perform the way that they have, he doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I mean, the Commission's squad has been, certainly since Gronk came back, it's been a different team.
That's all he talks about.
It's he would take him out to dinner.
He's been sucking his D for quite a while.
Yeah. I like
Trying to bring him back.
I like No Sean. I mean, No Sean's been spectacular.
I don't like Mendenhall.
I don't either.
Don't like that start.
I don't either.
Griffin the third.
Garbage time, baby.
It is. That's all. That's the only time he scores points. But what happens if they're winning? What happens if they're up?
Well, I'll tell you this.
And against the Chiefs D line.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I mean, the last two teams have said how Griffin shouldn't even be playing.
Maybe he gets crazy and he starts Alex Smith. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Booyah!
Yeah, maybe he does. I don't know.
Yikes.
His flex, we're not necessarily sure. Does he flex Cameron? Cameron's been kind of weak. But again, the strength.
What happened to him?
Boy,
he had some-
Brian Hoyer going down, changed everything for him.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I don't know. I think that if you're gonna ask me, I think just the sheer volume of the commissioner's lineup surpasses Tom's. I don't know what you've got. I'm gonna take Garrett there.
I will also take Garrett.
Okay. Let's move on then down to the soda conference. We've got the Rhinelander Miltits versus MacGyver. Miltits is the 4 seed. MacGyver, again, started off hot and was in the driver's seat for the Empire. I mean, literally to just destroy the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And then injuries and, frankly, a lack of caring ran into them, and they kind of fucked themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that record, I mean, what is he, 10-3?
10-3 or 11-2.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But either way, the record speaks for itself there.
You know, he did get lucky a handful of weeks, and his points per game have gone down a lot.
Well, when you have to start Fred Jackson and C.J. Spiller, I just, that kind of stuff really bothers me. Really? Wow. I didn't know I thought Skip was on vacation.
Oh,
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
It's a party.
I guess. Monty Ball certainly wasn't what he was hoping for. Bernard Pierce, when Ray's there, it's a timeshare. Wes Welker.
Oh, he disappeared.
Wow.
What happened to him?
He's got, look, he's putting up serviceable numbers, but it's not what you need to win to win a championship.
No, he needs him to be back to. He hasn't scored a touchdown for, I think, 6 weeks.
I don't even know what it is.
It's been a long time.
Terrence Williams fell off that big pickup in the middle of the season for Dallas.
Oh, that was huge.
Yep, fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Alshon Jeffrey, however, has saved their asses. Who knew?
Unbelievable.
Who knew Alshon?
What an
Jeffrey?
athlete.
My gosh.
Scary.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive. Gonzo is serviceable, middle of the road. They live and die with Peyton, Spiller, or Fred. One of Spiller or Fred has to have a good day.
Yep, but CJ's healthy now.
So you think it's CJ?
I think he starts him.
Okay.
I think he goes with them.
Okay. I think he starts both of them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well,
That's what he's
Monty's
been doing.
been scoring points lately, though.
I don't.
Ball's been actually getting used.
I agree, but I don't. I just wouldn't. Why waste the? If you're looking for 8 points, I don't even know if you get 8. I mean, maybe you get 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
But can you start 2 running backs on the same team?
he's been doing it all year. I think that I'm actually fine with that. But one of them better have a great day. And who are the Bills playing this week? Do you know?
Bucks.
Tough run defense.
Mm-hmm. They got a good defense.
Can't defend the pass, but they can.
It's going to be in Buffalo. It's supposed to be horrible weather, though. All right, let's go to the next team.
All right.
We got Rhinelander Miltits. You got Andrew Luck. Okay, he'll score you points.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is he going to blow up? Whatever.
That's fine.
Bernard's kind of disappeared. Shane Vereen, ups and downs, getting back in there, kind of.
He's good for 12, 14.
Yeah, if he gets you a touchdown, great. Keenan Allen's been a great surprise.
Yep. Spectacular.
Great.
Yep.
Des Bryant, scary when he's on.
Yep. Deshaun Jackson. Well, he's kind of
Ups and downs.
Yep. But
he's playing the Lions. I mean, this could be the Lions-Eagles game. Could make a lot of these teams playoffs around here.
For sure. And the tight ends there, Carlson's been good, surprisingly, but he.
But is he gonna start him? Can you start him?
Well, Jordan Reed. I don't think Jordan Reed's back from his concussion.
Oh, maybe not.
So
Blair Walsh. I mean,
fine.
Great kicker, but
Tough team.
don't score very often.
And the Panthers D. Panthers D has been
But against the Saints.
Oh, yeah, and that's a Sunday night game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's tough. Question marks all around. I think I'm gonna go with the Miltits.
I'm gonna go with Holy Diver.
You're gonna do it, huh?
Yep, I'm gonna go with the MacGyver. I mean, he's sneaky. He finds a way to get it done.
He's got Peyton Manning. I can't argue with that, but I just think that team goes as Peyton goes. And do I trust Fred Jackson, Spiller, Alshon? I mean, he needs Alshon Jeffrey to have that kind of game because Wes isn't going to do it. Wes might give you 20, maybe, if he catches 10 balls.
Yeah.
But
he's not that blow-up guy.
Yeah. I just don't. I guess my statement would be, I'm certainly not going to be surprised if Muff Diver wins this game, but I don't think that they have what it takes to win the championship, despite their record.
Oh, championship? No.
Right.
For sure.
So
can they win this week?
Yeah.
I believe they will.
And I'm not saying they can't. I mean, I just, at some point, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Miltits there.
Okay.
This in a rematch of last week's game for the division.
They did play last week. Look at that.
Dial Hernandez for Murder versus Hey Jay. Now, Hey Jay is the league member that has the opportunity to win the Empire. He's leading the league in points scored, and he won his division because of last week. It came down to 8-5 versus 7-6.
Yep.
Or 8-4 versus 7-5.
Something like that.
Yes. And all Hernandez had to do was win that game, and the rest of us can sleep easy for the next year. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. AJ took it down.
Booyah.
And here we are. In an opportunity, all he's got to do is win 3 games. And he wins that glorious 15, whatever, $100
That's a lot of dough.
in prize money.
So he's got to be nervous.
Whew, I'll bet he is.
Double looking at his line every day, I'm sure.
I'll bet. I mean, you start Nate Burleson last week.
Questionable.
And he puts up a 0. Your life has to be flashing before your eyes if you're AJ.
Yeah. Yep. Really made you wonder.
That Jason Krall, though, I mean, what an asshole. I mean,
Just a douche.
Huge dick.
I mean, just acting like he's everybody's friend, and he's not.
Terrible person.
Yep.
Terrible person. And dumb, apparently. I didn't know he was that dumb. Because, over the years, I think he's the Pants League champ from last year.
Oh, really?
So he does have some fantasy talent.
Sure.
But just a dumb move.
Nate Burleson.
Just a dumb move.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's talk about Hernandez first. I feel, Brady's coming on hot. Those running backs are such beasts. He's got 4 great ones to choose from.
Yeah. And which ones do you start?
Yeah, it's tough.
He's obviously flexing from this position.
Right. You start Reggie and you start Marshawn always, unless Reggie's questionable.
But the way Lacey's been playing, you got to start him.
Well,
I mean, he's got no passing game now. That's the hard part.
Yeah. That's a tough spot.
Lacey's production has gone down the last couple of weeks without Rodgers.
For sure. Bolden. I say you ride Brown, you ride Bolden, and then you flex those.
It's Julius Thomas. He's going to play this week. He didn't play last week. Late game cut.
That kills you. That kills you.
Might be the only reason why AJ won last week.
Maybe. But Fleener's serviceable. I mean, Fleener puts up points.
Mm-hmm.
And you just gotta. Hopefully their times match up, and you can make that call. But I think at that point, Hernandez was just saying, you know, I just got to run with this and hope he plays. He was supposed to. All points were the signing pointing towards him. Yeah, I know. I'm good for about one of those a show.
Yeah, it was a very late scratch.
Yeah.
Very late.
Tough.
Game time.
Tough. But I like that team. I like that team a lot. It's a good squad. It's capable of putting up 130, 135, which is what you're shooting for.
And he's got those big player potentials. I mean, players that could win you a week.
Yep.
I mean, Reggie Bush could win you the week. Marchand could win you the week. Antonio Brown has won weeks for him before.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, no doubt. He's got a good team. It's a good squad. Tough call. All right. Lastly, Jason Krall. Stafford's been phenomenal. In that scoring system, you know, all you got to do is throw touches, and he certainly does that.
He does.
He's good for 2 a game at least.
And when you're throwing at Kelvin,
Yeah.
who's also on his team.
He's also on his team. It's a deadly combination.
Yeah, it is.
Really, those two guys, you're looking at 45 a game. 45 points a game out of those two guys, which is a huge advantage.
Yep.
I can't believe he had the foresight to see that when he was drafting.
Who would have thought, huh?
Yeah. Andre Brown, he got made fun of in the draft room for taking Andre Brown.
He did.
Do we
For a long time.
Do we think that's saved his season a little bit? Or
It
at
was
least
definitely a shot in the arm, you know?
put him in this position, perhaps? Forte's been spectacular. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said there. Spectacular. Gore's just that serviceable 12, 13 a game. He's not going to give you 4,
No.
you know, but he's not going to give you 29 either in most weeks.
And going against the Seahawks this week,
Yeah,
he's going to start him.
probably not.
I kind of doubt it. I think he might flex his receiver
Yeah.
position. And that, which brings up Nate Burleson again. Is he going to go back to the well?
I don't think so. I don't think he can. I mean, if he does, it's the ballsiest move I've ever seen. I would say, but you know, I mean, that's to be said. He put up 0 last week, and now this week, maybe he's good for 19, 18.
Yeah. Maybe he gets 10 targets like he did the week before.
Can you imagine that?
Oh.
How would Krall feel? How would Krall feel if he doesn't start him this week and he loses? Ooh.
And he puts up a ton of points. Everybody will laugh in his face.
I would personally just like whip it out and jizz all over my computer screen, which is actually like a Thursday night anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, but I would
Awkward.
or Crabtree.
Ooh, yeah.
How do you? I mean, maybe Crabtree.
I bet she wishes right now that Randall Cobb was playing.
I'm sure he does.
And this decision wouldn't even be in here.
I'm sure he does.
Or Brian Hartline.
Yeah, he was hot.
Whew, big week last
Hot
week.
Last week. Here's what I do know. Stafford starting, Forte starting, Andre Brown starting, Calvin starting. Now you just need to make that decision. Harry Douglas, Nate Burleson, Michael Crabtree, Hartline. Those are tough. That's a tough decision.
Mm-hmm. He's got a deep bench.
You got 4 guys there that can all score points, but how do you pick the one of the 4 that's going to put up the most?
Yep.
Tough
Yep.
call. I think that Krall's team is stronger just based on the backbone of the Stafford Calvin connection, and for that reason, I'm going to take AJ. Could Hernandez very easily win this week? Certainly, no question. But I think that until Krall gets knocked out, it's going to be tough to bet against that Stafford Calvin connection. So I'm taking the fucking dick.
Yeah, I mean, it's
He's got the most points in the league. How do you bet against him?
by quite a bit.
Yeah. How do you bet against that? Oh, and now's the time, actually, just because I'm remembering it. The point title actually goes through the playoffs. Okay? So, Muff Diver, I believe you're in second.
No, he's not.
Who's in
I am
second?
one. I don't have that here, but I think it might be Hernandez.
Really? Wow.
No, Muff Diver got overtaken. I looked at that, but I don't have it with me right now.
Okay, well, here's my hope, is that if you get knocked out and Hey J is still in it, you better be submitting a lineup every week. because if you end up taking him down in points, you might save everybody the Empire. Keep that in mind. Stay competitive. That's what this league is about. Staying competitive.
Or I talked to AJ earlier, and he said it was okay. Just like if you lose this week, just don't even worry about it. Just go on with your life.
Just start your lineups throughout the playoffs. All right.
Or if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so who'd you take? Did you ever?
I'll take AJ.
You're gonna take AJ. All right. Okay.
It worries me, but I'll do it.
What's that name from? Why is that name? Do you know why? Have you heard any?
I've heard rumors that it originated from Shiloh
Okay.
overhearing someone call him Jay,
Okay.
and he thought that was really gay.
Which it is.
Yeah. So he turned into Hey Jay.
Hey Jay.
So it's not actually Hey Jay. It's
So it was a girl.
Hey Jay.
So it was a girl.
Yeah.
Super funny
Yeah.
by Shiloh there.
It was a good turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great.
You know, and he actually mentioned how funny it was when the commissioner told him he couldn't change his name. Because it was comical. It was good.
Oh, you're saying the commissioner put that name in?
Yeah, he actually set a lot of these team names.
Oh yeah, I think that the commish, what he does,
It was a last minute
yeah,
thing.
it's a
and-
new league, spur of the moment,
Yep.
set the team names, and yeah, a lot
And
of
the
these-
commissioner is friends with Shiloh.
right,
So that maybe where
right, that could
this
be
got introduced.
Yeah. God, that's fun. Mm-hmm. All right, so that leaves us with 4 squads here. In the semifinals, we've got Popeye versus, well, I've got Popeye versus Garrett and Mill Tits versus Hey Jay. You've got,
I've got Ginger versus Garrett's. You would totally skip the division here.
no. There's only,
You said Popeye.
I've got Popeye versus Garrett.
Oh, okay.
And
I've got Ginger versus Garrett
What a rook. It's okay.
and Mill Tits versus Hey Jay.
Okay. So again, not a ton of analysis going forward here. Let's
Sure.
just kind of. I think again, same issues with Popeye's team. I think Garrett's got a strong team. I'm gonna take Garrett.
And I will also take Garrett's.
Wow.
I think their team is just too strong. They've really come on hot
Coming up.
because their team in the beginning of the season was awful.
Terrible.
I mean, just
Terrible. The commissioner's on the verge of
Retiring
just
from
literally,
fantasy
yeah,
football, I heard.
just giving the reins of this league to somebody else because he felt like he just fucked it up that bad.
yeah.
And then Gronk comes back and
He had a gun to his head, I heard.
really,
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a small gun, I'm told. I
Well-
spent a lot of time with the commish, and I know it's
Like a PP7.
yeah, it's
where you're
pretty it's pretty weak.
hit a soft spot.
I don't even know if it would have really done any damage, but he was threatening it for sure. I think top to bottom the team is just better than Rancho's. But again, Rancho does shit that other people just
Can't see coming.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It just defies all logic. And so would I be surprised if Rancho won that game? No, absolutely not. But you're gonna take Garrett over Ginger.
Well, yes, because I don't even think Rochester's going to get past the first round.
Right. So what's your thoughts? Why do you think he's gonna take
I think Garrett's team is way too strong this time of year.
Okay.
I mean, for either one of these teams,
Okay.
one of these teams advance, I don't think they have a chance.
Okay.
It's just flat out, Garrett's team is just too strong. They're hot right now,
Okay.
and they're good. I mean, if Josh Gordon can keep up what he's been doing,
Yeah.
Whew.
Garrett's problem is his flex though. Doesn't really have a strong flex.
yeah,
He's open for 10 out of his flex. And if he gets that,
yeah. I mean, you got Mendenhall, you got Steve Smith,
or Cameron. And that's it.
or Cameron.
And that's literally it. So
But if Cameron gets production, you're not going. Gordon's not going to. Yeah, it's just risky,
Yeah.
risky business. But I'll take Garrett.
okay. Well, I've got the Mill Tits versus Hey Jay. You've got the Muff, right?
Yep, I am Muff.
Okay. I'll just say this. For me, I think the Mill Tits. I'm gonna take AJ. It's frustrating, but I am gonna go with AJ. But I'll say this: Kral's got some tough matchups in that conference, for sure. I think that any of those other three teams are capable of beating his team as Stafford and Calvin go. If Calvin and Stafford have a tough week.
Well, and the way I look at it is that if the COLA bracket, if the three other teams from AJ got moved up, they would win that bracket.
For sure. I think so too.
But I'm going to take AJ.
That's a tough bracket.
It is tough. You just got to get hot at the right time, and who wouldn't fucking knows?
I really hope that one of those... I hope that somebody knocks him out in that
Nobody
bracket.
likes him.
Oh my gosh.
No one.
He doesn't
At
like
all.
himself. I know that. He doesn't like himself.
It's probably why he drinks so much.
Think so?
Could
That's
be.
sad. It's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that leaves us with Garrett. We both have Garrett versus AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the sake of the league and the commission's sanity, I'm going to take Garrett over AJ. And frankly, if it were any other team up top there, I would take them. I would take the sausages over AJ. I hate the sausages.
Come on.
I do. I would do it. I'm going to take
Would
Garrett.
you take Popeyes?
Yeah, and I personally hate Eric Bertram. I hate him. And I would still take that team. Although Rancho has never won a championship in the commission's leagues.
He probably never will.
I hope not. He's been in the championship game twice, I think.
Twice?
In
2 years in a row?
No luck for him.
Lost to two different people.
I love it.
And he had strong teams.
He's a good player. I mean, it's really frustrating to say this to you, Eric.
Well, because I think his
You're a
brother
good player.
plays his teams.
Ooh. I know he was. We were at the. I was at the draft. You just got hired. You weren't there. I was at the draft, watching, and yeah, he was on that phone.
Talking to his brother, I heard.
The
Yeah.
entire time.
Charlotte told me that.
Yeah, he's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I would take any squad over AJ just for the sake of the league and the commissioner's sanity. He needs to get beat here. He needs to get beat in these playoffs. It's going to happen.
And
I'm taking Garrett.
Garrett's team is too hot.
Get off me. You're going to take Garrett to win this championship.
You know, believe it or not, their team has been so hot lately that they should have never even made the playoffs.
Right.
Like, look at their team at the beginning of the year.
They were 2-4.
Their total points went from last in the league to what, fourth, third? Wow.
Look, there's no way that Josh Gordon scores 45 points a game like he has been these last 3 weeks. There's no way.
He's got some other players that can do that. Robert Griffin III. Come on.
Right.
1 week he can score 4, 1 week he can score 50.
Yeah.
His team is full of blow-up players that could just go crazy.
He's a good...
Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Solid.
Who's Carson Palmer? 1 week?
Right.
He's...
Look. I don't...
Somebody bad. Next week he's somebody good.
JJ Sandy.
I would say like Trent Edwards.
Who was the quarterback for your high school team? Was it Jason Krall?
Yeah.
Wow.
For a year. Well, and then Drew Walsiger, though, said he was the best quarterback and should have started.
That's what
Yeah.
That's what he says about every. I think he says he complains in softball. We're talking about bar league softball.
Sure.
He complains all the time about how he's not playing shortstop.
Is he a shortstop?
He's terrible.
No.
He's a terrible athlete.
He's too...
Yeah, he can't
even get down for a ball.
He's lifting. He's literally the ultimate warrior. I don't know if you're familiar with wrestling in the 80s.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
He should wear a head bandana.
He should.
And he should have little spurly
tassels.
things.
Yeah. Yes, you're strong, Walschlager. Good for you. You can't bend down to field a grounder. Jesus.
And your arm is erratic. At best.
You're weird. I mean, he's a weird person.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Weird facial hair. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway.
Get a job, Drew.
I'm shocked that the new guy isn't going with the points leader. I'm shocked.
Guy with a hot team.
Well, we'll see.
You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I understand.
I guess. I'm just happy I only heard like 4:16 booyahs.
Booyah!
All right, so that's that. I guess this was fun. I've actually just during the course of this taping, I've decided I'm willing to open up my schedule, and we'll come back following the playoffs.
Yeah?
You're getting another.
Gonna call it?
You're gonna get another paycheck.
Wow.
Okay, just one. Okay. So there you have it. That's what we've got. We will see you in 3 weeks. Only 3 weeks.
Wow.
See you around.
A lot to be decided.
Around Christmas. And I should announce this. Well, I'll announce it now. There is going to be a party at the end of the year for all the leagues. I believe the day after Christmas, down at the tavern, at the local tavern, or maybe the Friday of that Christmas week.
Okay.
And if any of you want to voice any concerns or opinions, you're welcome to do so.
Nobody cares, though.
We don't. And I don't think the commissioner...
He won't listen.
He doesn't ever listen to anything you say.
He does what he wants.
Mm-hmm. So it would be fitting. It'd be fitting if you showed up and voiced that, and he spat on you. Okay.
Be funny.
Any other closing remarks?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, just keep plugging in those lineups. All right.
Or don't.
Or don't. Nice to spend this time with you.
Good time.
All right, I enjoyed it. We'll keep you around.
Let's sign off.
I'm Trip.
I'm Champ.
Thanks for stopping by
The Sports Rendezvous.